Hey guys, it's your girl Naturally Nata here, and I'm here today to show you how I made a full wig using this Janet Collection Aria 100% Virgin Human Hair. Here is the wig cap that I use. I got it from my local beauty supply, and I'm just going to go ahead and take that and place it on my styrofoam wig head so we can go ahead and begin to sew. I'm going to make sure those two lines that you see on the wig cap are centered on the styrofoam wig head so our wig can be nice and centered and straight. So I'm going to go ahead and take the first track and use T-pins that I also got from the beauty supply, and I'm going to go ahead and tape I'm going to pin off where I want the track to lay, and then I'm going to take a curved needle and some thread, which I threaded the needle and tied a knot at the end, and then I'm going to go ahead and begin to sew. As you can see, I've already done a few stitches. I will show you how I start off each track in the next few clips, but for right now I'm just going to show you my sewing technique. So what I do is place the needle below the weft, and then I pierce the wig cap above the weft, and then I go ahead and pull that needle through. And I'm just going to do that over and over by placing the needle up under the weft, piercing it up around the top of the weft, and then pulling the needle through the thread and just making like a nice little knot, just one knot. I don't double knot it or anything. So if you watch carefully, it's kind of hard to explain, but just go ahead and watch closely and you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going up under the weft, piercing the cap at the top, and then pulling the needle through the thread and making a nice little stitch knot right there, and then just doing that over and over again until I get to the other side of the track. Alright, so I'm going to show you right here how I go ahead and make the track lay very flat on the wig head on the sides, because you want to make sure it's flat on the sides, because if not, it will look a bit bulky on your head. So I'm going ahead and removing that T-pin that I had there just to mark off where I wanted to go ahead and fold over the track. So I'm doing the fold over method. So to go ahead and fold over the track, first I'm going to place the needle through the weft. I'm going to not go up under it, I'm going to go through it, and that's going to make it look very flat on the wig head. And then I fold it over and make it look flat again by piercing the weft again, going the opposite way. And then I'm just folding the track over, and after I pierce it by going through it, I'm going to go ahead and sew as normal. But I'm going to go ahead first and take my T-pins again and pin off the track so it's nice and tight against the wig head, and it also helps me just know where I'm supposed to sew. It makes it a lot easier in my opinion to tape it off, to pin it off rather than to go ahead and just sew without the pins there, because you don't have to worry about the track whatsoever. It won't get in your way or anything like that. So now that I have the track looking nice and flat, I'm going to go ahead and sew as normal by going up under the weft again instead of going through it. When you go through the weft, it makes it look extremely flat, but that's not necessary to do every time, because it's quite hard to actually pierce the weft, so you don't want to do that every single stitch. So I finished off that piece of thread. I ran out of thread, so I went ahead and tied a few knots. I do about 3, and then I go ahead and cut the thread to make it nice and short, and I'm going to go ahead again and continue to sew as normal with a new piece of thread that I measured out, cut, thread the needle, tie the knot, and then just go ahead and sew as normal. So as you can see, I have finished with that track, and I'm going ahead now, and I went across the fronts because we're doing bangs and we're doing a full wig. And now I'm just going ahead and take the tracks and showing you what I'm going to do all the way to the end, which is basically do the around the world method, which is where you just do a spiral all the way to the top. So as you can see, I am almost done now. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue to sew in a circle over and over and over again, a spiral motion all the way until I close the wig. Alright guys, so we're almost done. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how I close the wig. This was the hardest part because it's kind of hard to just keep sewing in a circular motion when the circle gets this small. But I did it and it turned out looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did it. So I'm still just sewing in a circle, just basically keeping on going until the circle gets so small that it's basically not even there anymore and there's no other option but to close it. So once I get to this point where the circle is entirely too small to sew in a circle anymore, I'm going to go ahead and close it up by going through the weft again to make it look nice and flat. I'm basically sewing it, the two tracks together that are in the circle. I'm just piercing them both and tying them together, basically sewing them together. I pierced the weft, I would say about 3 to 4 times, just to make sure you look nice and flat up there. And I went ahead and cut the excess thread off and tied it together, and as you can see, the hole is closed. So to make it look even flatter up there, I'm taking a hot flat iron and I'm just going ahead and pressing down on that closure area just to make sure it's nice and flat, and just flattening the hair around it. So this is the completed wig. As you can see, the hair is like beautiful. Like, I cannot believe that this hair is found at your local beauty supply. I saw it at my beauty supply the other day and I was in shock. This hair can be found at the beauty supply. This is what the wig looks like on the inside. So I'm just going ahead and placing that wig cap on my head. And this is a full wig, and we did bangs, so you're not gonna, I'm gonna look like Cousin It basically. You're not gonna be able to see anything. You're not gonna have any part or anything like that. It's just hair. And this is the length, and you could leave it like this if you want and just go ahead and do something with the bang, but I wanted to go ahead and completely transform the wig. So I'm going ahead and parting off the front area of my hair because I'm gonna do bangs. So I'm seeing where I want my bangs to lay basically, and I'm going ahead and parting that area off. Then I'm going to take some hair shears, and this is how I'm going to cut the bangs. I'm going to go ahead and take my fingers where I want them to lay, turn my fingers perpendicular to my face, and then fold them over to the other side with the other hand, and that will make sure that they have some nice pretty layers. That will make them not just be straight across, they'll be straight in the front, and then towards the sides of your head they'll layer down into the hair. They're not straight across, as you can see. When closer to the sides of my head, they go ahead and get longer, basically. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some scissors, the same scissors, and I'm just cutting into the bangs, and that will also create some dimension and create some layers within the bangs. So to actually cut the hair, I'm putting my hair into a ponytail in the back of my head, and I went ahead and pulled it down to where I want my length to be. So once I figure out how I want my hair to be, what length I want it to be, I'm going to go ahead and take the hair shears again, and I'm going to just cut that ponytail off. This was fun because it's actually, you know, not my hair, but you get to do an extreme cut on some hair, so I really enjoy doing this. And it did take a while with these hair shears, but I got it done, and this is what it looks like when I actually cut the ponytail off. Nice and blunt. I like it. So as you can see, I had the front areas of my hair pinned off. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the front now, and I'm starting lower, at a lower length than the back area is, because I'm trying to do an angled bob. So I'm starting lower, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the hair to meet the same length up. I'm going to go ahead and cut up to meet the same length of the back area of my hair. That's a better way to say it. Sorry, I'm so bad at explaining things. So this is what it's looking like now. It's not angled enough in my opinion, so I'm going to go ahead and work on angling it even more off camera, but I'm just showing you what I'm working with as of now. And I'm also going to cut some layers into the hair by just taking the scissors and cutting downwards in a downwards diagonal motion. And this is what the finished product looked like after flat ironing and cutting more, just to get that angle bob feel. I cut some layers into the back, which I'm still doing right now, just cutting some extra hair off. It took a while to get it to look exactly how I wanted it to look, but it turned out looking really, really beautiful, and the bob turned out looking really good. I really was proud of myself. And as you can see, it has a nice, you know, angle towards the front. And this is the final result, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out this Aria Janet collection here because it is gorgeous. It feels like a relaxer. I have nothing bad to say about this hair. It's absolutely beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yet again, please give me a thumbs up if you did, and if you want more tutorials on how to make wigs, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.